Hi, Creative Chef here. Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year. Unfortunately, not so happy here in Australia. It is bushfire season, and bushfires we have. We have them roaming from state to state, destroying and devastating everything in its path, unfortunately. Our poor koala population has taken quite a hiding. The poor kangaroos and other livestock that have been perishing because of the fires and the damage it's done. Of course, the people who've lost homes and other people in the fires, the brave firefighters themselves who are not taking a break in weeks trying to get the fires under control to save property and lives. I do wish everyone, and I mean everyone involved, a safe and happy journey back to their home. So let's get started with this AliExpress haul. Now this haul is a special haul as I've been buying dies from a store in Ali called Surprise Creations for a while now. Very good store, very good prices. The quality of the objects is phenomenal, and their shipping is quite good too. So thus buying these dies, they've sent me out their January die package, and for that I am grateful. So I'm going to show you what they sent me and the samples I've made using those. So let's get started. Item number one is this beautiful lip balm or lipstick or lip gloss box. It is a one-piece deal, which makes it easier to put together and to make. This one here cuts a slot into the center of it to create a window so that you can see what's in the box, and this here is the bottom of the box to make sure nothing falls out of it. So again, I've made you a sample. This sample here looks a bit like a Christmas cracker without the other cracker end, of course, but it's designed to take a lip gloss. It's not a bad size thing, it's a good size box. I will say one thing though, if you're going to cut these dies out, you really must use something thicker than standard scrapbooking paper. You'd really need a good quality cardstock, something from 110 pound or 210 GSM cardstock. Because the flimsier it is, the easier it is to break the perforations, and of course then you've got to use tape to put them back together. So this here is a scrapbooking paper like Die Cuts with a View, and it's actually quite thick, so it was good to use. Okay, so this is the actual die. I've actually put it together and put the base on for you. If you can see in here, the lip gloss then goes in there, and you can squash it in like a cracker and then tie the ends up. So that's the one without the cut out in it. And this one here I finished off by using a ribbon on this side, and I've cut the aperture out so you can see what's actually in the box. So this die here is $8.70. Now I'm quoting prices in Australian dollars. If you live in America or Canada or Europe, obviously the prices are going to be cheaper and quite different. I can't remember if I paid postage on my, I don't think I paid postage on most of my dies I've bought from this place, but they're very good. So this is one that I've used the aperture and cut it out, and I've also got a lip gloss in there. So again, very cute. Great for gift giving, to be honest. If I had this at Christmas time, I could have attached a ribbon through there and hung it on the tree, used it as an ornament. So there you go. Secret Santa, good for that too. So there's that die there again, $8.70. Next is another lip gloss, lip balm, and lip shine cutout box. This one here comes in 4 pieces. So you get the base of your box here. So it's one piece. You get an insert for this piece. You get the cutout piece and a set of lips. Okay, again, this is the aperture cutout. So if you make the box and you want it to have a cutout so you can see what's in it, then you use the aperture cut. If not, you don't. Okay, so for me, I made this die. And just left it with no aperture. Don't worry, it's not actually stuck down. So this is what it will look like when it's finished without the aperture. Again, you can just cut the aperture out. And then people can see what's in there. You leave your ends open, obviously. This one's not stuck down very well. Glue wasn't very good. I've got a lipstick here. Basically, it'll fit a lipstick or a lip gloss. So there you have it. There's the first sample I've done. The next one, I decided to go a bit further and put it on a card. So again, I've made the box the same. Again, I didn't put an aperture on there, but I did use the cutout from the aperture die to make my two sentiment statements. So this top one says hugs and kisses, and the other one says be mine always and adore. And I've doubled up the lips and used a die to make the card. It's a proper card. So there's that one. Next one. Are these lovely double stitched square dies. There are 11 dies. Now these ones are fantastic sized. Now these dies here, there's 11 of them as I said. The largest one here is 7 3/8 square. So that's accounting from edge to edge. It is 7 3/8 of an inch wide or square, because they're squares. So it's quite a large size, and the smallest one is 1 3/8, and then they vary from there. If you want to know the exact measurements, I can put them in the comments below or the description box, along with the store link and the product links. So these actually come as a 4 die set package, so I'll keep going with them. But if you cut one out of the squares, if you can see it, hopefully you can. If it focuses, you'll see the stitching. There you go. Okay, that's what you get if you just cut out one single square. So that's that one there. And there's a smaller version if it helps. Okay, you can even make card bases with them. Basically, all you need to do is, all I did was place my card, and I wanted the stitched edge for the card. So what I've done is I've put it just under the cut line, as you can see, and that way I've got the stitched edge to my card base. So good for card bases as well. And if you cut 2 out together, you will get the double stitching and a frame. So pretty good value, I'd say. And like I said, there are 11 dies, so they're quite large. You may find that you may need a Spellbinders die cutting machine to cut them, because the Big Shot won't cut all of these size dies. It'll cut majority of them though, so if it's not something that worries you, then you may use them however you wish. So again, if you want the measurements, I've measured them all out, and I will put them in the description box below. Thank you. Next, I have the circle version of the double stitched die. Again, there are 11 pieces to this die set. Again, I'll lift it up so you can see. So they're double stitched. Okay, so 11 of them. The largest one is 7 3/8 in diameter. So it's quite a large size die. And the last one here, the little one, is 1 7/16. Again, I've measured from edge to edge to get that measurement. Okay, again, if you cut the circle in a single format, you will just get a stitched edge on the cutout piece, and you will get another stitched edge on the frame piece that the circle comes out of. So you've got that bit, and then if you cut two together, you'll get both stitches. Hopefully this is going to focus. No. Yep, there you go. So you'll get the double stitch if you do double holdings. Also make good frames for that way. Again, you can make card bases. In this case, I would recommend that you put your card base just before the cutting edge on one side, so you'll be able to fold the card and it doesn't fall apart. Again, if you want the measurements, I'll put them out there, and this is the sample that I made for the circles. Just something very simple. It's just a rocker card with a Happy Easter emblem on. So that's the circles. As I said, these come in a set of 4. So next we have the amazing ovals, again double stitched, as I said. Again, 11 different sizes of die. Now the biggest one is from this end to this end, it's 8 1/8, and from this edge to this edge it's 6 7/8. So it is quite a large die. The smallest one here is 2 3/16 by 1 1/16, so not bad size. Again, I can put the sizes down in the description bar below. So there's that one. Again, like I said, there are 11 dies. All these ones that I'm showing you now have 11 dies. Okay, so if you cut it out and you cut the piece out, this is what you're left with in the outer part. So basically it leaves a stitched border. Hopefully you can see that. If you cut it out, that's what you get if you're cutting the inside of it out, again with another stitch on it. Very good. And if you cut two together, you get a double stitched frame. So very handy. As I said, you can also make card frames. Now with this one here, I've made this sample here. I've made a card base out of the ovals, and again I've left the edge here open so that it doesn't interfere with the folding of the card. And this one here is just a quick card make that I've made, so I can show you what the dies can do. Again, you've got the stitched edges around both of those sides of the die. So not good. It's good value. You know, 11 dies, very big ones. If you were to buy them anywhere else or branded, you'd be looking at a few dollars for sure, and probably not even get 11 dies. You'd probably only get half, or maybe 8 if you're lucky. So there's the sample for that one there. Tell me if you like these samples or if you think you have suggestions. But all these dies that I'm showing you, you can most certainly make card bases for. They're also good for layering and matting if you're no good at cutting like me. Can't cut a straight line even using a ruler measuring it. I'm just no good at it. I don't know whether it's my sight or not. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's the blade or the cutter I'm using. So there's this one. Next and last but not least in the series is the squares. Again, 11 dies, double stitched. The largest one is 7 1/8 across and 8 by 1/8 going down. So it's pretty big. The tiniest one, this little one here, is 1 inch by 2 inches in total. So again, excuse me, if you cut this out by itself, again you just get the edge, the stitched edges, Okay. If you cut the two out together, you'll get the double stitched frame. Hopefully you can see this. So there's that one. And I've made a card base and a card sample using the dies. Let me know what you think of these cards, though. I just made them quickly just to try and get this video done. So there's this one here. Again, very good set. Now these dies, these 4 come in a set, and they are $48.49 Australian. Now just remember, in Australia, the $48.49, you have to add 10% to that for the GST, and if they're charging postage, then you have to add the postage to the $48.49 and then add your 10% GST before you can find your proper total. I'm not sure how it works everywhere else, but that's just in Australia. Again, these are Australian dollar prices, which usually means it's cheaper for US viewers. I'm not sure about the poor Canadians or people in Europe, so you'd have to look it up in Ali to be sure. But all 4 of these large double stitch sets, the oval, the squares, the rectangles and the circles, are $48.49. So pretty good value for 4 sets of dies. And I do believe they were having a sale, so they may even be cheaper, I'm not sure. You can look it up. Again, they're from a company called Surprise Creations inside AliExpress. Check them out. There you are. Okay, next. Oops. Next, I have these 5x7 pierced rectangle dies. So, if you can see, the difference is they're double pierced. It's basically just dots. Okay, so they're 5x7 in size. Okay, this set here is $14.50. Okay. In an actual fact, the largest one is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 inches. Again, I can put the measurements into the description box or whatever so that you can see them, but I did go take the time to measure them. Now, if you cut out a single rectangle, sorry, this is what you get. Hopefully the camera is focusing. So you get the dotted edge. Okay, if you cut 2 out together, then you get the double dotted frame. I have to show you here. So quite nice. You could set one on top of the other and frame something out without any dramas because they'll match. So there's that one. Again, I've made a sample, and this one I just made like a little booklet. Just quickly put it up. So I've taken 3 different dies, I've folded and then rounded them using my desk and placed paper there and some bits and bobs from dies that I had. Again, you can see all the stitch, or it's not stitched, it's pierced, they're calling it. So there's that one. Again, it's a 5x7 size, so basically your American viewers will love that size. That's your base card size, other than the smaller version. But there's the sample. So there's that. Let me know if you like any of these samples. Like I said, I just put them together so I could do the video quickly as an appreciation for the free dies. Okay, next. Staying with the sets, this one here is a wonky, or what I call a wonky stitched 5x7 rectangular die. It's very nice. And it is $14.50 and has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dies. Same as the other one. It has 8 dies in total. Again, I did measure them. And the biggest one here is 7 3/16 by 5 3/16. Again, I'll put the measurements down there. Now, if you cut the rectangle by itself, you'll get the wonky stitch. Hopefully you can see that through my fat fingers. So there's that one. If you cut two pieces out together, you still only get the one wonky stitch frame. So there's that. And again, I made you a sample, and this one here is just a simple Christmas card. I've used the wonky stitch one here, the red, and the white. So throughout the card I've used the different sizes of them. So there's that one. Okay, so there are the 5 dies that they sent me for the January package. Now, on top of that, I actually, like I said, I've been buying their dies for a while. The last ones I've bought are these ones here with the rounded edges. Now, I quite like these. These were $11.35. Now this has got 12 dies in it, funnily enough, and it was $11.35. So I like this size. This is probably just under a 5x7. I don't know, I didn't measure them. So you've got this one. The next one is the square version of the same die. Again, $11.35. Again, has 12 dies in it. So I quite like the smallness and the size of these. Again, $11.35. Didn't get time to cut your sample, but you get the gist. Now, the 4 previous large die sets also came in a double pierced variety. So by double pierced, I don't mean the stitched variety, I mean the whole variety. So quite good. Again, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 and 11 in each one of these sets, as there are with the previous set there. Now this set here and the 2 previous ones, I actually paid for these myself. The other ones were sent to me. And I think I paid for these ones here about $11 or $12 each, but I did buy them in a package during a sale that they had. The other 2 were $11.35 each, but I didn't purchase them in a sale. So there's the haul there. As I said, I'm really appreciative to Surprise Creations for sending me these dies. I hope they've not been disappointed. I'd like to say thank you to them again, and I'd like to say thank you to you guys for watching me, and my wishes go out again to these people who were affected by the fires here in Australia. Best wishes to all my friends anywhere in the world that you are. Please stay safe. Let's have a good year this year. As I said before, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you know, if it's okay, you can share it. You have my permission to share as much as you like. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do any crafty shout outs today. I've got some things I have to do, but I will do them for the next video, I promise, and it won't be too far off this one. So please, everybody, stay safe, enjoy your time with your family and your friends, cherish every moment that you have together, and I will see you in the next video coming soon. Thank you. Bye.